first ever documentary that I'm about to do for like something that's a real passion project for me is a passion project in Rwanda to talk about the genocide against the Tutsi, but the creatives that are coming out from the ashes of that, because I'm a generation right after that. So it's something that means something to me, but guess what? I knew the stories from who? My parents, my family. So start at home.
Okay. Hi, my name is Grace Wangeshi. Please call me Wangeshi. The founder of the Connect Experience. Um, so it's very interesting. I was randomly scrolling on social media, actually at like 1 a.m. and Shema is somebody I have followed for a long time, but it had been a while since I had watched his stories. And so as I was scrolling, I saw he did a poll and asked, um, should I do a meetup in Kenya? And I literally DM'd him and told him, even if you're in Mombasa, I'll come, And that was it. Like, that was it. So I was actually waiting to see if he'll do the meetup so that I can go, right? Then the following day, again, the following day, again, I was watching the stories at 2 a.m., something about 2 a.m. Um, and he asked who can help me organize a meetup. And at that moment, like just something told me, you can. I'm like, me? I can? Yeah, so I DM'd him and I told him, we can help you at the Connect Experience. He didn't respond on Saturday, Sunday. Then on Monday, this time it was during the day, at around 11, 12 p.m., I was literally just seated and something just told me, why don't you just email him and see? And so I emailed him and he replied within 20 minutes. I didn't even believe it. Like, I was like, wait, what? So I screenshot that and I sent it to, I think, Grace and Faith first. I'm not sure. And I was like, I guess we're having an event. And in my head, I was thinking this was maybe end of February, March. And then he's like, yeah, I'm having a 12-hour layover this Saturday, so we can plan for something. Hi, Faith.
Hi,
How are you?
I am well.
So let us go back to when you received the screenshot. What was your reaction like?
First of all, every time Grace comes to my inbox with a new person that I have not followed and should follow, I'm usually like, oh yeah, probably I should really change my taste. So that was my reaction when, first of all, she sent um, Shema's Instagram handle. And I went and I was like, wow, this is a really cool guy. But okay, so we have a chance of hosting him. Okay. But she was gonna call. So she called me at 4 p.m. that day and tells me that she sent an email to this guy and we have an event on Saturday. This was on Monday.
So what was your reaction? How did you feel about it?
Genuinely, I wasn't shocked. It happens a lot with Wangeshi. The impromptu things, she'll just wake up one day and she's like, Grace, what do you think? I think I should write a book in the next 1 month and launch it a week after I'm done writing, right? And I'm just like, yeah, we can actually do it. So I wasn't that shocked. Yeah, but I knew like it was going to stretch us.
What was the most stressful part of planning these events?
Um, I think for me, I'd say the time. Yeah, we had such a short time, and so that meant that we needed to have a lot of meetings to plan everything out. I remember one day, it was, I think, on a Thursday, and I had just left the house to go see a friend, not so far, and was on a boat. And Wangeshi called me. During that period when I was traveling, oh my God, she called me so much. And she was like, oh my God, Grace, why are you? We need you to do X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, we had a lot of those, a lot of, where are you? Like, let's hop into this meeting. Let's figure this out. Yeah. So that was the most stressful bit.
So, what was the weirdest or funniest request you got while organizing this event?
Um, the weirdest or funniest
Yes.
request.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd also say a meeting at around 2, not to 12:30ish. Yeah, a.m.
That was the weirdest.
Yeah, that was the weirdest.
Yeah, I was going to sleep at 12:30, 12:36. When I'm brushing my teeth, I see a text from my Wangeshi, I call her my CEO, but she doesn't like being called that. She's like, when are you available for a meeting? What's the earliest time you can avail yourself for a meeting? When are you available? It's 12:30. That's a.m., midnight. I'm like, maybe tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., I can try and wake up. Because me, I sleep during the day, so I'm like, maybe I can try 11 a.m. She blue ticks. Then as I finish brushing, I wiped my mouth, start creating the playlist of my dreams that I make when I'm entering my bed. She's like, what about 1:30 a.m.? 1:30 a.m. You mean a few minutes from now, a meeting? Yeah, okay, sir. Maybe it's a light meeting. What's the meeting about? Oh, it's just about the content that we'll be shooting during the event. We will have some contractors who will be helping us shoot, so we just need to plan for that. I'm a graphic designer, first of all. I'm not a producer. I'm not a Jui. I'm not a, what is he called? Karibu niseme Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes is a musician. These guys who Zach, I've forgotten, the producers, directors, those ones. I'm not that. Me, I'm a graphic designer. I came in this company to make a logo. And then I was told, oh, maybe you need posters. Now I'm being told I'm supposed to be in a meeting for production. I'm like, okay, let's go for the meeting then. Let's go for the production meeting. And then I'm there. Production meeting. I give my advice. I'm like, so this is what we want to do. We want to shoot Shema coming from the car to the to the venue. We want someone to shoot the audience. We want to shoot behind the scenes documentaries. We also want to shoot Shema's conversation. We want to shoot an interview before Shema gets on stage. We want to shoot the interview on stage, and at the same time, we want to shoot the reaction of the crowd as we shoot the reaction of Shema, and we also want to shoot, just us behind the scenes. We also want everyone to give an interview of how they've prepared for this, and then at the same time, we also want interviews from the audience themselves, telling us the expectations before the event and after the event. The same people from the audience to tell us all those things, to tell us why they came, to tell us. So with production of needs, I'm like, this is what you need, this is what you require from us. I'm like, okay. I said these words and she can testify. I said, do you have 150,000 so that we hire a crew? Because all these things you are saying cannot be shot by one person or two person. Like, no, we have a crew. We have a crew. Yeah, we have two people. One person is Sudi, the one who's here recording this video. The other person is Austin. But Austin is only for photos. I'm like, okay. And all these things that are being shot, who are they? But no. No, we've worked with Sudi before. He's a multitasker. I'm like, yeah, he's a multitasker, but is he omnipresent? Because how do you want someone to shoot in the ground floor in the parking lot? At the same time, you want someone to shoot the audience, how they are chilling and vibing. At the same time, you want someone to pull people from the audience and shoot them. All this shooting, all these firing squads that we have, and you only had one videographer with one camera. Me with my Lenovo K6 Pro, my last phone update was 2020. You want me to shoot with that phone? Seth, my creative director, him is in charge of sound and DJing. Me, I'm in charge of slides. So you just want us to, you put one leg on the slides, you put another leg and another hand shooting something else. You put this here. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this Gen Zs and their dreams. It's fine. Me, I'm not a Gen Z, but I'm a millennial. So this Gen Z energy, I was like, it's well. Who am I to limit God?
It was interesting. First of all, I didn't even know this whole backstory of the event happening within 1 week. I got to know that when we got there. So, but I would say it was a good job considering how it all turned out, because I even didn't know that it took 3 days. So I can say job well done to the rest of the team, because I wasn't able to clock that. But now when I reached, my job was to like help with making sure Shema is comfortable when he arrives. So like giving him water, giving him food, making sure him and his family are all good. They're very comfortable. There's nothing that they'd want and I've not delivered. So yeah, that was my role.
What was the weirdest or funniest request you got during the whole event?
When I was ambushed, and that's the word I would put emphasis on, ambushed to now take up the sort of like the emceeing, and I'd not planned for it. I was just sitting down. It was just the moment I sat down after everything was okay. Like, you know, that time when everything is great, but I believe it was the calm before the storm. So, yeah, when I just sat down and I was like, great, everything is fantastic, everyone is fed, everyone is good, then is when I'm told, okay, so I'm not to need you to go and hype up the crowd. I'm like, you can't be serious. What am I gonna do? But anyway, yeah. All I can say, it was God. Yeah.
Does it come naturally?
Well, I don't know. I've had comments about it, but I'm not sure if it does. But from the fact that I've had it from many people, maybe, yeah.
So we have an MC at Connect.
Well, I don't want to take anyone's position, but yeah, let's just say part-time MC, yeah.
My name is Colin Akibe, new to the group as a social media manager at Connect Experience.
Alright, so during the Shema event,
Yeah.
first and foremost, how did you get to know about Connect?
I got to know about Connect through following Wangeshi's handle on Instagram. I love the fact that she's really creative. So when I saw about the Connect experience, I was like, I can try and shoot my shot. I mean, shoot is shot. So I definitely wrote to them a message. I'd like to volunteer at Connect Experiences. There's an upcoming event. And I got to also talk to her personal assistant, and that is how I got the chance to volunteer at the Connect Experience. Yeah.
What is one highlight you had during the event at a personal level?
I highlight when I was told to interview 4 people from the crowd, just to go and select them. So I was like, how am I going to approach them? It's like, go. And Seth told me, I trust you, just go. So when I was just approaching them, they're like, it's okay, we can have a small interview with you. And them accepting to have the interview and also doing it, like interviewing the people, the questions. I was like, oh wow, this is so nice. It's a highlight for me. Like I can do it. Yeah.
Did you know it was your interview?
No, I didn't know. It's just like just having fun, just doing what I was expected to do, just learning, just doing the interviews. So the whole time I didn't know like there's something like that. So, but I remember when we were in school that our lecturer used to say like sometimes interviews are just the inappropriate things that you do. It's not like a sit down event like what's your name, describe yourself. So even the basics of just looking at you, doing what you're doing, I think that was also another thing that I was surprised, like, oh, it was an interview, okay. Yeah.
So how was that moment after you were told this was an interview and you passed?
I felt like screaming. Go out of the room, scream a little bit, then come back. But I just tried to act like, okay, thank you so much. When I got this chance, I was like, thank you. Thank you also for believing in me. Thank you for believing that I can do something. I know it's a learning progress, but the belief that comes with the whole team, that was really amazing.